Hey everybody, welcome to my science channel. So why am I making a science channel? Two reasons. First reason has to do with science literacy. So basically in 1859, Charles Darwin published Origin of Species. And everybody could read the Origin of Species. Well, everyone who could read the Origin of Species. And they had a good idea about what they were talking about. But unfortunately now, if you were to take any science book or article or what was published in a journal or in a science magazine, it's a little hard to figure out what they're talking about. It's just the level of depth and knowledge that's required to understand these kinds of concepts it's enormous. I mean, even with a very simple science degree, some advanced science, the language, the terminology, the numbers, the math, it's gotten to a point where it's just really hard to understand what's going on out there. Now I by no means am an expert in everything, or all things science. But I try, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scientific knowledge and try to apply it to bridging the gap between, what's out there and something that I think the general public, even people in the scientific community, can understand in layman's terms. Because, there are high school kids, college students, graduate students, even postdocs, maybe even professors who don't know all that much about certain aspects of science, and that's cool. That's totally cool. But I think it's really important that we try to just learn more things. The more you know, the better, in my opinion. And you don't know what you don't know. That's my philosophy, at least. The second thing. So, with respect to scientific literacy, we're also talking about the general public. And the public and the taxpayers fund through government grants, through government spending money on National Science Foundation, Department of Defense, Department of Energy. They spend money giving grants or awarding grants to professors in academic institutions and in national labs. And basically, that's taxpayer money that's going towards research. And this is research that's happening in your very backyards, and you have no idea about it. And the thing is, some of this science, it's something that isn't always going to make a whole lot of sense at first. You can't always relate it to everyday things that you see. For example, there's a lot of really interesting, polymer chemistry that's going on, or organic carbon materials, graphene, carbon nanotubes. I mean, you have no idea what these things are, but those things ultimately can become materials that are in your car or in your refrigerator, or your toaster, or whatever, but you just have no idea about it. So what I'm hoping to do with this channel is also to share with you about technologies, science that you may not have heard about, and you wouldn't hear about because it's only discussed in the scientific field. But now you're actually able to not be a master of it, but have some general understanding of it. That you know that, okay, my taxpayer money is going towards this project, right? What's this project doing? Why is it there, right? And sometimes, if you want to read the scientific article, like I said before, with scientific literacy, it's really hard. Some of these things they're so hard to understand. But I'm going to take the time, I'm going to take the effort to try to learn these things and explain to you in as simple as terms as possible. And hopefully you'll understand it and you'll just be a smarter person. So I hope you guys stick around. I'll be putting out content and commentaries about what's going on in the literature on a reasonable basis. It will take me some time to do this stuff, and I'm hoping to teach you guys a lot of cool things too, or hopefully you'll learn something. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy what you've seen, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.